All right, everybody be on your best behavior because we are recording this session. So got a few people jumping in on the call still. Good morning, everybody. So it is Thursday. I know David is out of town and he said he was not going to be able to get classes started until the 20th, which is next Thursday. But in the meantime, we've had some sessions last week and this week. We're super excited to have Joseph and Danny on the call. So the whole purpose of this is they wanted to share and help everybody on the call about generating leads using technology, social media, funnels, and all of that techie jargon that a lot of us, it just goes right over our head and we have no clue what we're doing when it comes to. So luckily we have them on the team because they're going to be sharing their secrets, tips, and hints with us today. So I'm going to give it one more second because I'm getting people asking me how to jump in on the call. So hold on one sec, guys. All right, and it's 11 o'clock, so everybody should be awake. So don't be shy and turn on your cameras if you get a chance. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. So like I mentioned, it's already 11:02. We are recording this session. I'll keep allowing everybody into the call, but Joseph, Danny, welcome. Thank you guys so much for doing this and sharing your secrets of what you've been working on. So Joseph, you should have co-host access. I'm going to allow you to take it away.
Perfect. All right. What's up, guys? So, yeah, as you mentioned, today we just want to, share a lot about how we had success generating leads with our website. And I know a lot of you, because we had a meeting before at the office, kind of about, what is KV Core. A lot of you do have KV Core. That's actually the website that we used in order to generate those leads. So let me see if I could share here.
And while you're doing that, Joe, I'm just going to chime in. So if you don't have KV Core, what is KV Core, Joe? And what, tell those that might be newer that don't have that yet, or when you say KV Core, what exactly is that?
Right. So it's a fully integrated CRM. I guess at the core, it's basically a CRM, but they provide so many other tools that help with, all the other parts of the process of being a realtor. They help you with your marketing campaigns, right? They have a mass text message sender. They have a mass emailer. And then, if you get a lead that responds to that, they have custom websites. They have home value estimator tools. They have home search tools, IDX integrations, all that kind of stuff that, helps with pretty much every step of the process of a sale. So nice. Basically a CRM that just branches out into so many other things.
So you guys partake in this and you pay the I think it's $75 that we charge agents for this system of KV Core. However, if they don't utilize KV Core, aren't paying for KV Core, there's probably a lot of companies that sell a bunch of different stuff like, hey, if you want to send out a mailer, if you want to do this, if you want a website. So, you can still do some of these techniques, but you're probably going to end up paying for a couple different services, right? Is that right? Or what do you think?
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, these days it's not enough to just have a website with text and images on there, right? So, a lot of realtors are transitioning into, getting a website that actually captures leads and provides value in the form of, here's a home value estimate. Here's, search homes for sale. That actually gets clients or leads onto the website. And then you can capture those leads. You can actually get them to book an appointment. You can get them to, fill out an info form and then they become a lead in your email or, all sorts of things where websites these days are just so much more productive. And so the reason, I reference KV Core is because Danny and I know how to build our own websites, but we actually use KV Cores with our marketing campaigns just because they provide it upfront with, like I said, the home value estimator, the search homes for sale, all that stuff. It's already integrated in our KV Core site. And that's all, on top of the fact that it gives us a CRM. So is my screen sharing here?
Your screen is sharing, so just go ahead and blow it up full screen. And guys, if anybody's on the call that has questions, feel free to put it on the chat box. I'm going to go ahead and help try to just get the questions over to Danny and Joseph. So if you do have questions, put it on there, and take it away, Joe. Go for it.
Perfect. Yeah. So like he mentioned, we had a lot of success twice now, basically with the same campaign that we ran, where we generated 30 leads in one day twice. So the number was 30 both days that we did this. And they were all with the home value estimate website page that KV Core gives all of us. And, you know, some of you may not have KV Core. You might just have, you know, a generic landing page with info forms on there for capturing leads or whatever the case is. But, you know, there's definitely something to be taken away from the 30 leads that we got in a day with the home value estimator. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Tom Ferry. So we included a snippet here where basically what he describes is KV Core. You know, he says that agents these days, you know, they need a fully integrated system using technology. And, you know, a lot of these, you know, KV Core, I think there's LionDesk, there's so many solutions that offer this, you know, all in one. Okay,
and I think in the last, 4 or 5 years, it's flipped that smart people now, the intelligent agent today is asking themselves, first, what technology do I need in place that is going to give me the data, the analytics, the behaviors of my clients, including marketing and automation and lead generation and then transaction management and everything else. And then how many people do I want and how many transactions do I want to do?
And I think that's right to a certain degree. I think you also just need to think, a lot of people say, I heard this technology is great, so I'm going to get it. That doesn't necessarily, like, that's the cart before the horse.
Yes.
Right? Like,
cool. So, you know, major point is these days consumers make decisions on their devices, right? They're going to be on Instagram, social media in general. And from there, that's how, you know, a lot of these companies, for example, the big one that affects us in our industry would be Zillow. You know, they're getting to the consumer on their device, and then they're funneling the consumer through the process of buying or selling a home, all on the device. Like, it's all, you know, fully automated, fully integrated. And, you know, realtors these days, they need to be equipped with a way to at least, you know, take some of that share of digital clients. So next thing we want to talk about is ClickFunnels. So this is a concept. Daniel's a computer science major in college. I'm a business major. Both of us have ran into this concept where the new big thing is ClickFunneling. And the reason is you can literally automate the entire process of contact, lead, appointment, sale with ClickFunnels. So what are ClickFunnels? Well, let's imagine an Instagram ad, right? I'm sure all of you these days are being targeted by Instagram ads that are trying to sell tools to realtors on your Instagram feeds, right? You're scrolling through stories, you see an ad, they have some kind of offer for a CRM or something. The ClickFunnel part is going to be the call to action is now like a button, right? So you click that button and it then takes you from Instagram where you saw their ad to their website page, right? From there, they're going to make you a lead that you know, they can automate the appointment process even. They can have a booking calendar on their website, and then you now click to book an appointment. So you can automate the entire process. You can imagine an e-commerce store, you know, gym apparel website can automate the entire process by giving you that Instagram ad, getting you to click to actually make a sale on their website, to actually purchase something. So ClickFunnels are being used by companies that are online, and ClickFunnels are used to automate the process of, you know, capturing leads, appointments, and sales. And this is what Danny and I had a lot of success with those two campaigns I mentioned, where we got just about 30 leads in a day, was ClickFunneling our clients. So here's just like a brief example of like an email ad ClickFunnel. So let's say we emailed this out to clients right here. As you'll notice from the email, there is a button that says book now, takes them to a website page to book an appointment, right? We now,
Joe, is that website page something you create? Is it something you can download? If I'm an agent, do I get that from, Calendly or kvCORE, or how do I get this page?
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes to the book appointment page, you can, there's so many solutions. You could go to Calendly, like you mentioned. kvCORE does not provide a book appointment page, so you can't actually automate that far. However, an example for kvCORE would be, well, we are yet to mention it because we're going to go over the actual campaign that we sent out with the text. But, kvCORE gives other solutions like basically info forms. So if someone wants a home value estimate, it's going to make them provide their phone number, their email address, right, their home address. And then once they fill out that form, it'll automatically be emailed to you. So that's an example of how capturing leads with kvCORE through ClickFunnels worked for us. Was info forms more so. For us realtors, we have to do a whole listing presentation. We can't actually automate the process up to the extent of the sale, like I said, an e-commerce brand could. So it really starts, if you're going to use a website to be productive, you want to just capture the lead and then follow up thereafter with either a drip campaign, which I'll get to. That's an example where you retarget your leads with an email ad, and then you get them to book an appointment. But yeah, as far as where to get the book appointment website page, there's a ton of solutions that are even free. Calendly, like you said, does integrate with pretty much any website. So here's more of a visual on what ClickFunnels are. You could think of it as the customer journey. So the funnel reference comes from an actual funnel, right? You think like a science lab, you put something in, you get something out. So let's imagine the customer journey for a realtor. In this case that we're going to show you actually how we generated those leads toward the end of this, we used SMS, right? Text message marketing. But there's so many ways that you can drive traffic to a website that captures leads. So that's what I want to communicate here. You can begin that customer journey by capturing them on, Google. You can actually pay for ads on Google. Might take a little bit more research, but those people have high search intent. For example, you can buy the search term for 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom Murrieta. Google, before you buy it from Google, they're going to tell you how many people actually search that per month. You can buy that search term and have your website pop up first. Or you can, like we mentioned, go through Instagram or Facebook with paid promotions. You can now boost a post. I'm sure you guys have been seeing that. If you have a business account on Instagram or Facebook, you can get in front of consumers on Instagram and Facebook and drive them directly to your site with one button. So that's the idea of ClickFunnels. Then once they're on your site, you should have some form of lead capture in general. Like I said, it could be an info form, phone, number, email, name, address. It could be a book appointment directly. Those are the most popular ones for realtors. Finally, you're going to want to have, some kind of retargeting campaigns. Danny and I, now that we have, that list of leads, we are practicing currently drip campaigns through kvCORE. That's where, you can send a mass text back out to those same leads that, this time it funnels them to book an appointment instead of see what their home is worth, right? That's an example of how you can now nurture them in an automated fashion and still, with 1 or 2 clicks, get them to move forward in the process of, a sale. And then finally would be the sale, right? So here we are. So this is the actual text that we sent out to 3,000 people. Like I said, we did this twice. We used the same exact text twice. as far as, where you get the list of people you're contacting, that could be, very different. In this case, we used RedX. Some of you may be familiar with that. They provided us with 5,000 homeowners' phone numbers per month for, I think it was $120 per month. So, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. It doesn't have to be, text message marketing. You don't have to get a number list of homeowners. You can reach them on social media. You can reach them with Google Ads. The whole concept here with ClickFunnels is just the fact that, you get in front of them on their device in one way or another, and you make sure that they're 1 or 2 clicks away from that website page that's then going to capture them and provide value to them. So
hey, Joe, I'm gonna pause you for a second. So that's brilliant. So I mean, you guys, if anybody wants to chime in and ask, I mean, obviously Joe and Danny, it looks like you guys took a lot of time to put this together, so we appreciate that. So my understanding is the funnel, the more you put into it, the more sales you can get out of it, obviously. And Joe, just to highlight what you said, it's getting in front of the consumer. So whether that's paying for phone numbers that you can send a mass text message or email, which you did with the RedX, or you can go on Google, you can utilize social media. And Joe and Danny were saying that social media, it's just about really having that captivating story, so to speak. So I know, for example, some of us, like, I see Amy and a couple of us on here, we utilize social media right now, but a lot of the times we're doing just what everybody else is doing, the basics. We put up a fun story, we put a question, a post, a poll, things like that. But you're being more specific on social media, where you're putting literally a call to action or a button, as you called it, so that if they do have they click on that one button and then it takes them to that next step. Hopefully you have some samples of that in a little bit. But and then I was going to also ask if you can just read this message, because it's a little bit small on the screen, but just let's read it over. And then Maria is asking to clarify, are we able to use our farm area that has already been downloaded on KV Core? Great question. So in other words, if she uploads a CSV file or a farm into KV Core, is she able to do a mass text, a mass email, or a follow-up campaign?
Yeah, so that'd be a good question for Daniel. You could answer that.
Yeah, so as long as you actually have the phone numbers and the emails uploaded to KV Core itself, you will be able to send out a text. You just have to select them. And then there's like a bulk option. I could share my screen and show you actually how that would work if you guys want.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It was a specific question, so definitely. And also in the meantime, a cool exercise for anyone who wants to partake, I encourage you guys right now on your phone to go on Instagram, view stories until you hit an ad. It should be 2 to 3 stories until you hit an advertisement. That advertisement, I almost guarantee, will be directed at realtors. It'll be targeted for you. And there will be a call to action that is a button that links to their website page. And then on their website page, there's either going to be an appointment booking or an info form.
Yeah, so I just started going through mine. Let me take off my virtual background for a second. So I just started going through mine, and yeah, it's the second one was a Tom Ferry one. It's so funny. But I just ended up on let me take off my background. So I just ended up on an Allied Schools commercial, which if I click on it, like Joe said, it'll take me to the little thing. But if I'm just going through my stories on Instagram, I'm going to end up, there's a commercial for a vehicle. So that's what you're referring to, right?
Right. And then it's going to be 1 click away from their website page that then captures you as a lead.
This one says swipe up to see their site, which I'm doing it backwards, but you guys get the gist of it. So yeah, definitely try it out on your Instagram. Just click on the stories. 1 or 2 clicks, you're going to end up on a commercial, an advertisement of some sort. So that's what the boys are referring to. That's kind of cool.
Right. So the big takeaway today is going to be ClickFunnels in general. Having your consumer, first of all, reaching them on their device in the form of text message, email. It could be Instagram, it could be Facebook, it could be Google. you reach them, you make sure they're one click away from that website page that then, provides value to them and captures them.
So this right here is the KV Core CRM. So if you click on Smart CRM, it'll take you to all your contacts that you've uploaded already.
Right, and this is for Maria's question.
Yeah, for Maria's question. So what you would do is you would just go through, select them all, and then you would just hit mass text, and then you could send out the campaign that you have already.
Nice.
So for us, it's this one, and you would just hit send, and then it would go through and just automatically send to everyone that you've selected already.
Right. And those of you that are in the office, Danny and I are there pretty much every day. Again, we know Maria, you're there pretty much every day. So we'd love to help you with this in the future.
Yeah.
And I did see real quick, I noticed that you can also, which is kind of cool because Danny, when you shared your screen, when you did the text, it allowed you for an option to put in an MLS ID number. So you could actually broadcast and announce properties. So I saw that right now when you did that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. So as far as the text that we sent out to generate all those leads, we actually worked through a couple different templates. Like I said, we had 5,000 contacts per month from RedX. And by the time we got 30 in a day, it was sent out to 3,000. So we practiced on 2,000. And this was the template that seemed to work the best. We were referencing a property that our team, specifically Marianne, had sold to a specific area we were targeting. So we were basically, texting the neighbors saying, hey, this is Joseph from Century 21 Preferred. I'm a local realtor, and you may have noticed that our team just sold a property near you in Murrieta on Stargazer Way. Thanks to the current market conditions, we were able to sell that home for roughly $42,000 above asking price. If you or anyone you know is thinking about buying or selling real estate, we'd appreciate your consideration. And then here is a link to a complimentary instant estimate of your home's current market value. So there's a ton of ways you could get that website page with a home value estimate. Danny and I use KV Core, which, automatically, on top of being a CRM for us, it provided us with the landing page that actually shows consumers a quick CMA, a quick, estimate of their home's value, and it's instant. And so a lot of people ended up clicking on that link. Some of them didn't, fill out the entire form, but for the most part, at the very least for our leads, we had an address, which then we could follow up with them via direct mail. What we ended up doing, if you guys were there for yesterday's Zoom, we dropped off that pamphlet.
The pre-listing booklet.
Pamphlet. So we actually had a lot of success with that. We referred our leads out to Marianne. We created that pamphlet with her, and the lead actually got back to us and is now moving forward in the process.
Yay! Nice.
So
so Joe, the numbers, one more time, the numbers where you sent out 2,000, you got to the point where you sent out 2,000 text messages, you got 30 leads, and how many of those 30 leads were name, number, email, address, yes, I want more info?
About 10 of them filled out the entire form.
10 out of the 30?
Yeah, 10 out of the 30, and the other 20, they stopped once it asked them for their, their phone number, their email, sure. But then we had the address at the very least, right? And so another thing that we learned, or that we did over this last weekend, we hosted an open house and brought a paper that we stapled it to the actual property info for the open house. And the paper had a QR code that linked to search homes for sale that are just like the open house we were at, basically. So it linked to our search homes page, not the home value estimate. And we actually started capturing leads who went to that page. So that was our first breakthrough with that aspect of the KV Core landing page that actually allows us to search for homes in the area. That one actually captured leads emails. We got about 4 that day. So that was actually a big breakthrough.
So time out. So I just want everybody to really understand what he said here, because this was a huge breakthrough for open houses. And I know a lot of you guys that are doing open houses, we do the old school technique. We have them sign in and then we may or may not follow up, right? Most agents don't follow up. We all know that. We maybe give out a business card, but what Joe and Danny did, they created a flyer that they stapled with the information of the flyer of the property. But do you have a sample of that flyer that you can show us real quick, guys? It's literally their resume with a QR code that says, you know, scan here for the value of your home. So the nosy neighbor, everybody that came through, they got this packet, and Joe and Danny said, oh, by the way, yeah, if you want to just see what the value of your home is, scan here. And they had a second QR code that they said, by the way, if you want to see other houses in the area, we have a search function. Just scan this QR code. It's free, complimentary. Take a look. Let us know if you have any questions. This is brilliant, you guys. I've never seen anybody do something like that at an open house. It's almost like a little calling card that's going to help you oh, there it is. Okay, blow that up because I want everybody to see this. So they were giving this out at the open house versus just a business card. And they stapled it with comps and a one-page flyer of the property that they were visiting. But it's all in how you present it. So don't just give it to them like, oh, by the way, here, we have this one page. It's got the information about the property. But if you live in the area, you said you're a neighbor. If you want to know the value of your home, it's complimentary. Just scan right here. That is brilliant, you guys.
Yes, and I see your messages, Noel and Maria. We can definitely help edit this and get that to you guys.
It is brilliant. And thank you guys for doing that, for helping us, because Danny and Joseph are literally creating that QR code for us individually. So thank you guys. Now, if you do have that QR code, though, just keep in mind, Joseph, for those that don't have something like KV Core, because KV Core system gives you that auto estimate valuation tool, the maps, all that stuff. But if they don't have it, will it work, Joe? How will that work? I don't know.
If you don't have some kind of website, then it is definitely tricky. You know, because you have to link it to something. So in order for the ClickFunnels to work, you know, in order for them to funnel down your process, you have to funnel them somewhere that captures leads for you. Like you can't funnel them to Zillow because Zillow is not going to give that lead information to you, right? So, you know, there's tons of solutions for people who build websites for realtors. You know, it just happens to be very handy that our CRM with KV Core actually provides the landing pages that are, you know, productive. That just so works out for us. That's what we happen to use. But, you know, if you take anything away from this session, if you might want to, you know, start adding the digital aspect to your business, then definitely practice these marketing tactics by getting a website first and make sure it's productive. It doesn't have to be KV Core. You know, there's a ton of solutions for that.
And somebody's asking if our C21 website will work. It absolutely will work. But again, what Joseph and Danny are referring to is, you know, going back to that funnel system. If you have the QR code go to your website, it's just going to go to your website. Your website is it's pretty, you know, basic in the beginning. The KV Core site, even though it does come at a cost, but I mean, it does all of this stuff for you guys, including it has that auto valuation tool. Let me give you an example. Maria Speed, I know you're on the call and I see you, so I'm going to pick on you. You do, she pays a service that is called CoreFact. A lot of the agents do this. And what CoreFact does is it actually mails out a piece in the mail to wherever you want, and it costs money. And there's a sample right there. It goes in the mailbox and it says, hey, want to know the value of your home? Go to this website or scan this QR code. So Joe and Danny found that KV Core does the exact same thing, but it's all automated online. And instead of paying, you know, the post office to send this stuff out, or CoreFact, literally for, I think it's $75 for KV Core, you would have access to the upgraded, that website, that landing page, all that stuff that you can connect together. And that's what the boys are using right now. However, to get email addresses, to get phone numbers, to get things like that, there are other services that you can pay to purchase phone numbers if you want to do a text blast. But that definitely is a huge numbers game, as they were saying. But in one day, they got 30 leads. Actually, they did it twice, and they literally stopped because they said, okay, we need to make sure we follow up with this. And that's why they work with Marianne to make sure that they get the most return on this investment. But this is definitely something that is kind of newer to the business. And these guys are willing to show us how they're doing it. It's amazing. And I love the ideas that they're bringing to the table, such as that open house, kind of a calling card, so to speak.
Right. And to get fully technical about, why we use KV Core, again, when we get a lead on the landing page that they actually provided us, it automatically syncs into our CRM. And then from there, what we're doing now is designing drip campaigns where we can automatically have a follow-up text or email get sent out to that new lead, say 5 days later. And now it's going to be an email that we designed once, and it says, tips for selling your home, whatever. And now they can click a button to schedule a call or to do something else for the next step in the process, right? So that's particularly why we prefer paying that $75 a month for KV Core, is because it actually integrates the entire process for us. And so that's kind of what Tom Ferry was describing in that video. Now, if I share my screen again, let's see. Let me know if you guys can see it. Got it? Okay, cool.
Yep.
So I'll show you our actual site that we designed as a landing page for KV Core. Now, Danny and I did this personally, right? We made sort of a landing page that connects all of KV Core's tools. So this is completely separate.
Can you expand it, Joe? Can you make it large, full screen? Get rid of
So that's the phone version.
Oh.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to show the desktop one.
But, got it.
I want to give the perspective of those people we texted that day. Okay, here we are. So this is our phone landing page website. It sort of integrates all of KV Core's tools. So you can imagine this as a funnel, right? They can click here to search homes, and that would take them to KV Core's website that they gave us, where you can actually search homes.
Oh, wow.
You can click here for the home value estimate, and you just enter your address for a home value estimate. Right, so there's a ton of ways you could do this. It doesn't have to be KV Core. It could be, a landing page, but it has to be productive, right? In order for the funnels to, sort of funnel them into the next step in the process. You can click here to book an appointment. Okay. So that's an example of our personal landing page that we built to integrate all of KV Core's tools. And we'd be happy to help you guys with, designing stuff like that, or getting started with, making your business more digital. Next slide here. So I just showed you KV Core's home value estimate page. So this is from that text, they went to the landing page. From the landing page, they click to the home value estimate. And then once they enter their address, they're actually able to get an instant CMA from KV Core. So here is a screenshot of my email that day. It was January 4th, and we generated those 30 leads. All these people put in their address for a home valuation on that site, just from that, that broad text that went out. So, it was pretty awesome to see every 10 seconds a new lead pop up in my email, on my phone notifications. It's pretty cool because you're automating the process, you're reaching a broad audience, and you're funneling them in automated fashion, right? So this is the last slide. I just want to reiterate, it does not have to be a text message. There are so many forms of getting on people's devices. Facebook and Instagram have about 1 billion users per day, right? You can reach people on LinkedIn if you're targeting investors. The whole concept is ClickFunnels, right? You want to get in front of them, make sure they're one click away from that productive website that then captures them as a lead. And then you want to design the process thereafter. A lot of you are way more experienced realtors than Daniel and I. I'm sure you guys have great follow-up processes. But as far as capturing leads, you want to start doing it on people's devices, right? You want want to start reaching them on their phones as they're on Instagram, social media, Google, whatever the case is. Last couple of points I'll bring up are some other cool ideas for reaching people on Instagram or Facebook. I know a lot of us realtors these days, you hear that you have to start using Instagram and Facebook in order to capture leads, but you don't exactly know what to do. Mm-hmm. I'll give you an example of an EXP YouTuber guy who taught Danny and I how to generate leads. We actually based a lot of what we learned from him. A campaign, just to help you imagine, a campaign that he designed to get buyers on Instagram was he targeted LA and San Diego areas when he promoted his Instagram post. And he got on their feed with a picture of a 5-bedroom, for example, 5-bedroom Murrieta house. And when you target these LA and San Diego areas, I'm sure a lot of you know that most of your buyers these days are coming from those big city areas to Murrieta to upgrade their home size, right? They're working from home now, whatever the case is. If you can reach those people in those areas, you can't actually target people by their, their age or whatever because of the Fair Housing Discrimination Act. But what you could do is target the area. And if you put a picture of a big 5-bedroom house and say 600,000, they'll click that button to go to the page to actually look at those homes for sale in Murrieta that are, 600,000 for a 5-bedroom. That's like magic to them. They can't believe that Murrieta exists only an hour away from them. And so that's an example of how someone else from EXP generates a lot of leads using Instagram and Facebook, is targeting those LA and San Diego areas with a picture of a bigger house in the suburbs, and they get them to click onto their website because of that to view more homes like that. And then, it's all up to which website you have to capture the leads. So, there's a
great example too.
Tons of ways you could spin it. You could also just directly post the home value estimate thing on your Instagram or Facebook. You could post a picture saying the average house in Murrieta is, $600K, whatever it is. Click here to see the value of your home. One click away from that website page that captures them as a lead, right? So that's it. That's all I have for the slide today. But, the big takeaway is, ClickFunnels, reaching people on their devices and actually funneling them, having a process to funnel them in order to capture them and, automate that process of generating leads, appointments, and sales. That's what this industry and pretty much every industry is trending toward these days. So, hopefully we provided you guys with some insight as to how you can start transitioning your business or adding these elements to your business, to whatever you're doing now that works for you. That way you can start reaching people on their devices, right?
Wow, great job, you guys. I don't know if anybody has any questions, but this is their first time doing a little class for us. So I want to say thank you guys and great job. I think they did an amazing job there, but take into consideration, I think that open house flyer is brilliant. You have a lot of people saying, hey, can you help us with that? Also the, just the funnel system, the landing page. I mean, that was brilliant, you guys. And yes, it takes a little bit of money for you guys to purchase some of these services like the phone numbers and things like that. But, there's so much you can do with these systems. And I think that this is awesome that the guys are willing to share with us how we can take it one bite at a time. So we appreciate you guys for that. And yeah, thanks for sharing, for sure. If you guys want, Joe and Danny are typically around the office, so you can reach out to them, send them an email, send them a message. I'd love to brainstorm with them all the time. That's how we came up with that open house idea. But I mean, I don't know if you saw his email, literally 30 leads in one shot. And they were like, what do? We don't know what to do with all this stuff. So they talked to their mentor with Marianne and they said, okay, well, how are we going to convert this stuff? Keep in mind, you guys, what they're doing right now is they put together that listing packet and they physically took it to the property and dropped it off. To me, that's a verifiable, solid lead. That's somebody that's contemplating selling their house right now. So they took it to the house, dropped it off and said, boom, I'm not going to shotgun blast 500 houses with just generic junk. I'm going to go and take an hour out of my day and drop off information to the 5 houses that are seriously considering doing something right now. And the more you can get in front of them, the better. So think about that as well. You tie in the tech with a little bit of the old school. And if you got 30 leads, well, that's 30 houses and addresses you can drop off information. So you guys, great job. Does anybody have any questions or anything for them?
Yeah, so for those of you guys who want the open house, we're gonna be in office tomorrow, like the open house flyer. So you guys can just come in tomorrow and like we could like try to make something for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody else is shy, so nobody has any questions for the 2 guys. All right. We love that.
It looks like they asked as we went.
Yeah, they did. They did. They're saying that you guys need to set up office hours. Great. No, don't give them ideas. Now I'm gonna have to put them on payroll. They're still just agents. But anyways, you guys, great job. Thank you so much. We're gonna stop recording. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Let's have a great rest of the week. Take care. Thank you, everybody.